Hello everyone, I'm Chad Thomas and I'm here to do another unboxing of a surprise gift that we received from Amazon. So, when I received this package, I was definitely excited to open it up, and I did, and it was an overwhelmingly powerful gift, and it put me in my feels, which I'll show you a clip of that. However, I just didn't feel that I was in the mindset to do an actual figure review on these figures. So, this is what we're gonna do. Oh no. This is the Professor Xavier and Magneto through pretty much every X-Men film, from the original trilogy to the First Class trilogy. It features James Mcavoy and Patrick Stewart, Michael Fassbender, and Ian McKellen. So Marvel is celebrating the 20th anniversary of the first X-Men film, and toys have been coming out of the woodwork for this event, and it ties into the other films as well. For instance, in the Funko line, you've got versions of characters from X-Men 2, X-Men 3, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I'm hoping at some point they're going to work on doing some First Class stuff. However, they need to finish up the initial trilogy first. So, I have unboxed the Marvel Legends 2-pack of Professor Xavier and Magneto. So we'll go over them. So here is the figure of Patrick Stewart as Professor X. I think that the likeness is pretty good. I think once you get more into profile, you'll see it a little bit better. I'm not displeased with it at all. In fact, it's much better than the original 2000 Toy Biz action figure of Patrick Stewart as Professor X. He does come with a wheelchair, and you have to just put it together just a little bit. There's nothing really to it. It doesn't move very well. I don't know if that's going to be something that disappoints somebody or not. I'm perfectly fine with it staying in place, as that's where he will be most of the time anyways. Alright, we are actually going to go over some detail on his uniform. He's got a nice tie there. And I'm just going to see if it shifts. Aha, it does, just like the regular Marvel Legends. I just want to make sure it's not crooked. That's gonna have to do it for now. And his jacket doesn't really open up. There's a little bit of flare at the bottom for when he's seated. And he's nicely dressed, as he should be, because, you know, he's Charles Xavier. Alright, so articulation. Alright, we've got the 360-degree turn in the head. The look up is really awkward. The look down, quite so much as well. I think that could have been constructed a little bit better. So we'll just keep his head on straight like that. Okay, there we go. We've got a pretty good lateral lift in the arms. There are good shoulder clicks. Love that. And there's a bicep turn. And we do have a double jointed elbow. We're going to see what he can do with his waist. I'm not expecting a whole lot here. Let's see if he can crunch forward. Not necessarily a whole lot. I'm bending him at the waist here. Kind of a little bit of a crunch back, which is okay. There is a 360-degree turn in the waist. I was really shocked by that. We're not going to get much of a lateral lift on the leg due to his jacket, but he does get the thigh turn. A double jointed knee. That would be really good if you ever have him falling out of his chair or something like that. One thing I loved about the original X-Men Charles Xavier figures is that they made the legs collapsible. I mean, you could stand him if you really wanted to, but his legs were just collapsible, and I thought that was brilliant. And I kind of feel sad that they haven't brought it to this, but that's okay, because Charles has walked several times in the films. Alright, so we've got a wonderful point down on the foot. And a pretty standard up. It's only a couple clicks before it should be flattened. But it does have the rocking feature, which I can't tell you enough how much I love. So what I'm going to do now is give you the James McAvoy head. So... I'm not really digging the likeness on this. I think they really missed the mark on getting a good likeness of James McAvoy here. Does he look like a young Patrick Stewart? I would certainly say so, but I would not say James McAvoy at all, and that's pretty disappointing. I'm kind of really saddened by that. It also would have been nice if they had given him a head of hair, because he didn't lose his hair until X-Men Apocalypse. So that would have been kind of nice. Okay, so now we're on to Magneto. And this is the Ian McKellen version of Magneto, and I believe the likeness to him is amazing. I remember when the original movie came out and they wanted their likenesses for the toys. Ian McKellen said he wanted his nose reduced. But oh my gosh, this looks amazing. So he's got a lot of texture, and then some metallics. And his cape, vinyl on the back. No real details so much in the interior on that. Now, this costume is more of a Fassbender costume than it is a Magneto costume. That's a little disappointing. But it works. Not if you want to be totally accurate, but maybe at some point there will be a X-Men 2 version of Magneto, and you can have him in that costume. So I'm going to pop his head off and take off his cape so we can look at the articulation. Goodness gracious, this is amazing. Okay, so his look up is pretty decent. It seems to have a nice little flow, no gaps. His look down, also pretty well the same. I'm feeling this wonderful texture on the back of his costume. It almost feels kind of like sand. I like it. Okay, we've got some very strong joints here. Either that or he has really bad arthritis. Just a joke. So his lateral lift is pretty good. So we've got very strong shoulder joints, a double jointed elbow. The hand moves up, down, turns all the way around. I've noticed that his bicep joint is pretty loose. It's kind of icky. I don't like that. Okay, so the rest of the torso, but okay, bend forward. We have a good bend back. And it reveals a little bit more black underneath his uniform there, which I'm happy about because a lot of times you pull a figure back to do something like this and then you get a gap. So his 360 swivel is in his torso, not in his waist. The lateral lift on his legs is not spectacular. There is a 360-degree turn in the thigh. A nice double-jointed elbow. Is there 360 in the hip? Oh, it's very uncomfortable, but yes. There is 360 in the hip. Okay. Sorry, Magneto. I'm sure that did not feel good. Alright, and oh, they gave him a boot turn. Well, okay. I'll forgive this because it can kind of work. And we have a nice foot forward or backward. A pretty decent foot forward. Love it. And as long as it rocks. Actually, I do want to talk a little bit about some details on the costume. There is this plating here that has some nice texture to it. That bumpiness, like I said, in the back carries through until you get to his torso, or the end of his torso. The black, I think, could use a little oomph, but they do have quite a bit of texture, so yeah. Alright, so now we are going to look at the Fassbender faces. Okay, so Magneto's going to be a little bit oddly displayed due to his joints being a little bit wonky. So I put the cape back on him just because we've already seen the detail of his uniform. And like I said, this one belongs more to Fassbender than it does to Ian McKellen. Alright, So upon the first head, we've got a very angry Michael Fassbender. And we've seen this look many times throughout the movies. And I would say it is captured pretty well. Not perfect, but pretty well. And there's some nice detailing that is on the helmet. Really digging that. Fassbender without the helmet. I've always felt that he had a 5 o'clock shadow at all times. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that would have benefited this figure so much. The likeness is pretty well, not 100%, but it does do its job for us to recognize that he is a younger Magneto. As you can see from the start of this video, there's been a lot that has come in within the past few days for gifts from our Amazon wish list, and that is going to be put in the description. And I can't thank you enough for what you've been able to purchase for me to review and collect. This set in particular, I'm not gonna cry again. There's plenty of that in the last taping that I did. Just know that it goes to heart, that the goddesses and gods are smiling upon me, and I will return the favor. So with that, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit like, share these videos, comment during the videos to help the algorithm. And I don't think there's much else to say at this moment. So love and light to you all.